Hey everyone, Sarah here. So I'm here to set up week 11 with you all. I know the background looks a little different. I was traveling this week for work and I decided to stay for the weekend. I'm actually in San Antonio, so I'm filming this in my hotel room. So anywho, so give you a little bit of context of what's going on. I was traveling last week, or like right now, and then next week on Monday I won't be traveling. So I get home Sunday night, but Monday, so really the focus is so a little bit of last week. I wasn't able to really get anything accomplished that I wanted to, but I did set my kind of what I wanted to get accomplished. I had realistic expectations going into it. Maybe I didn't, but I didn't really have a lot that I had to make sure I got done while I was traveling. However, we went to like the Toyota factory and we met like a lean guru. So this was like super exciting. This was like a great like learning week, a great growth week, and a lot of team building this week. So it's a win, is what I'm saying. Coming up, I actually am not going to be traveling. I will be really focusing on resetting my goals and objectives. So if I were you, I would be like annoyed as heck because I'm like, you're redoing your goals and objectives. Yes, because I had some people leave and we're just like reevaluating and all this kind of stuff. So I have to pivot on my goals and objectives. So I have to redo them. That's really kind of like the focus for the week. And then this project that the business case is getting due. So like we're doing like a lot of financial stuff. So anyway, that's what the focus is this week. So I hope y'all like this. I'm gonna get into setting up my productivity system, which is a paper planner. So I still use paper planner, but also I use in combination with like Microsoft Outlook and OneNote. So I'll set up my weekly dashboard with you. And I didn't even use my planner this week, to be honest, but I did use OneNote a lot this week. And this is what I like about having like the two different options really, because I need some flexibility, but they're working as a system. So that's what makes me happy. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll talk to you soon. Bye. Hey gang, Sarah here. Oh my God. This is my third time doing this. I'm like, oh, anyway. So as you know, that this is not my setup. I'm very discombobulated right now. And that's my suitcase that has my phone propped between my suitcase and my laptop, which is on top of my suitcase. And I'm using it as a tripod. But I guess the reason why I'm forcing myself to do this is because I want to make sure that I keep the habit of this kind of like weekly planning session. And while it would be easy for me to say I'm not going to do it, I know on Monday morning, future Sarah would be very mad at past Sarah. So I'm making myself do it. I have the time. I don't want to not do it because it's just going to make my week harder and it's just not worth it. So I'm really pushing myself to stay in the routine versus focusing on it being perfect, because this really is the thing that keeps me on top of everything. And it also gives me a little bit of a peace of mind going into the week. Like I have a pretty decent week, like from a balance standpoint. Like I have a lot of meetings, but there's a nice balance of like chunks of free time too. Like Tuesday, I only got one meeting going on. And then, Wednesday is probably the busiest day, but that's only because I'm in and out of meetings all day long. So it's kind of a pain in the butt, but it's fine. So what else? Some of the things I'm focusing on for the week, for myself is just, is the whole meal planning. Well, not the meal planning, my meal structure. So month of March was I figured out like a meal structure that I'm following, not to plan, but just to kind of reduce that chaos that I have when I'm figuring out dinner and reduce the temptation of ordering out. And then I'll finish up my budget targets, and that'll close out my February money project as well. Then finishing up the X matrix, and I'm resetting my goals. So while it's irritating that I have to reset my goals. I'm really grateful that I am able to reset my goals because I lost 2 team members. So now they're adjusting my goals to be realistic, which is really nice because it would be terrible if I still had the set of goals when I had those 2 additional team members, because that would be unrealistic. So I am grateful for that. So while it's a pain in the butt, I'm grateful for it. It's a nice problem to have, I guess. On Saturday, we got, I was talking about my week. So family, my dog needs to be groomed because she's a stinky. And then my cat also needs to be groomed because he's just a hot mess. He walks around like he went through like hell and back. And the thing is he's slept the whole day. I don't know what his problem is, but anyway, so it's funny. And then I need to figure out where we're going to go for my boy's birthday celebration. So I got to make those reservations. So I was just looking at like my different areas of my life and all the kind of ongoing things that are going on in the different areas of my life to help me trigger some thoughts of like what I'm trying to work on for goals. And then for health, hoping to get some walks in. I'm not checking the weather because I'm hoping it's going to be like at least 50 next week. Again, this is all big fat hope. I'm in San Antonio, so I like to think when I go back it's going to be spring. Let me just live in delusion over here. So I just want to get my walks in again, get back into that habit. And also Bogey would probably like to get back out because she hates the cold as well. So anyway, Saturday I have my Patreon Zoom call. So patrons, be on the lookout for the post. Let me know if you're able to make it. And I hope you guys like your Q&As. All right, what else do I got going on? So now I'm checking out my available hours. What do I got going on? Again, so I don't want to know what I have for available hours because I want to fill those hours. I want to know what I got for available hours so I know how much time I have available to work on some things, because I do want to make some progress. I want to reach my goals, but I want to do it in a balanced way. So I don't want to be, napping or laying on the couch watching movies all the time. I want to have a little bit of a balance. Like if I have 4 hours, maybe I can split it 50-50. I don't know. So anyway, that's why I'm just writing that down at the bottom, because it just kind of gives me some kind of like it registers in my brain. And then, so that was Sunday, and that's really setting up. Sunday I'll put out my weekly setup for you guys. What else do I got going on? I know I have a haircut in here somewhere, but I don't know what day it is, and I don't want to dig through emails. One of the things I'm looking at here is I was in OneNote all week, so I was going through my OneNote page from the meeting or the training, and I was looking for any actions. I did get a ton of book recommendations and podcast recommendations, so I'm realizing I need to do a setup for book recommendations and stuff, but then I'm like, I don't want it in paper because then when I get rid of this planner, then I lose all my book recommendations, and this has happened to me so many times. So I'm actually going to build out a OneNote template for that, and then I end up adding that to my to-do list to build out that template because I don't want to lose those, and I know I've lost them in the past. So I'm just adding into my OneNote build book recommendation template. So it was a great week. We were at Toyota, so this is like a lean, exciting week for me. And what else? So yeah, I'm just going through that OneNote, so I know I'm taking too long, sorry. And then I did go through my to-do list and check off anything I did, but I didn't get anything done because I've been away all week. So, and I just did like a couple emails here and there as I had to schedule a couple meetings and get back to a couple consultants about stuff, but I did that through the phone and text messages and all that. So I'm going to be getting into my OneNote very shortly and just setting up my week, and that's actually on an iPad. So again, I'm not home, so I don't have my normal setup, so I'm forcing myself to continue to stay in the habit here. So this is my OneNote, and it's on an iPad, and again, I don't have my regular computer, but I do use a PC for this, but I was like, well, let me try to use my my iPad to set up my OneNote purely because I had to edit the video on the iPad and it was taking too long to transfer the files over. So anyway, so setting up my OneNote, and I actually realized like I don't have a lot of links to update because I have a bunch of projects that I have to start. And I was like, oh yeah, I don't have any project, like I don't have the project set up yet, like technology wise, which is really just like OneNote and project folders and stuff. But then it made me realize, oh, I have to do that. I don't want to do it when I'm actually in the meeting. I want to have it done beforehand. So it was kind of nice to see the fact that I have gaps in my OneNote right now, because it showed me like visually like, hey, you have a to-do that you're not thinking about. Create that structure that you need for project management and organization. So I was actually really grateful to see all those blanks. So I'll get that done. So thanks for watching, everyone. Talk soon. Bye.